Hey guys, and welcome to Right Fashions. My name is Aaliyah, and here on this channel we talk about all things related to fashion, travel, and scholarship, and some deals that I may find too. So if you're interested in any of that, consider subscribing. Also, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. But let's jump right into it. Guys, so in this video we're going to be covering transportation travel cards. We're going to be going over the Leapcard from Ireland. We're going to be going over the Oyster from London. We're going to be going over the Navigo from France, and then we're going to be going over the Metro cards that you'll need when you travel through Rome, Italy. I'm going to be talking about the perks of each one and why you should get them and how they will help you in your travels over in Europe. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so first up we have the Leapcard, and you can use this card when you travel to Dublin, Ireland. This is the card that I use when I travel to go see Trinity College and Cliffs of Moher, a few other activities that you can see when you travel to Dublin City. So how this card works is you can either go to different shops around the city, go inside and purchase your Leapcard. You can also top it off or basically add more money to it, so that way when you're traveling via bus, tram, or train, you're able to just top it off all in one area. So then, like I said, you can use this on the Dublin bus. When I went, it's almost like a double-decker bus. So you're going to come in, they're going to open the double doors. When you come in, you're going to see a card reader. It's like a round circle. And you basically take your card and you put it on top of the reader. It'll flash, and then it'll show you how much is deducted, and then it'll show you the remaining balance. And from there, you can just take the bus around, travel, and see a few things that you've been wanting to see, sightseeing. It's a really, really great time. Also, you can use this to take what they call the Lois. It's the tram that's used in Ireland. I took the Lois when I went over closer to the city center, closer over by where Trinity College was. I was going to see the Book of Kells and then doing a few other sightseeing trips over there. So I did take the tram, and it's the same thing. You kind of step up to a platform, you get on, you swipe your card, and then it'll show you how much is deducted. Just don't forget to, when you get off the trams, that you do basically top out or swipe your card again, so that way they know how much to charge you for the journey that you're going on throughout the city. And then you do have the DART, which is the train or the commuter train that you can take around. You also have to basically tap in and tap out. Very similar to how things are done over in London. But yeah, you basically tap in and tap out so they know how much to charge you for the journey. This has been really, really convenient. You get the best prices as far as fares go when you're traveling around using this card. It was really convenient for me to just kind of tap in, tap out wherever I needed to go instead of buying the individual tickets to try to get around. So I would definitely recommend picking this bad boy up. Also, if you're traveling through Ireland, you can also go to Galway and you can use this card too. And it's also a perfect way to kind of venture a little bit out, but further out from Dublin, and still see some of the things that you've been wanting to see, such as the different cliffs, or going to Galway City and seeing some of the activities that they have to offer for tourism. So this is just one card that you can pick up. Let's jump in and see how the London card is. Alrighty, so next up we're going to be covering the London Oyster card, and this card has so many aspects to it. So you can also go to oyster.tfl.gov.uk if you want to get more in-depth information. I will be linking that below in the description. So the first time that I went to London, I did purchase a visitor Oyster card. And the process for that, you go online, you fill out the form, you let them know how long you're going to be in London and basically how much money that you need. So maybe £50 for the week. It really depends on the amount of trips that you're going to be taking throughout the days that you're there. After you put in the amount and how long you're going to be there, they're going to process that and then mail you a card to the home address that you list. So if you're going to be doing that, I would say do it 3 or 4 weeks ahead of time, just so you have enough time before you're going to be leaving to travel to London to receive that card. One of the other perks with the visitor card is that you are able to use discounts when you go shopping at retail stores, when you're eating at restaurants, and when you're going to go to attractions. That was one of the better perks for me. I know me and some of my college friends, when we were studying abroad, we did go to the Hard Rock over in London, and we're able to use like a 15 to 20% discount on our food using the visitors card. So that was definitely a time when one of the perks did come in handy. So if you are looking into something like that, I would say that would be a good choice to get. But if you get into London and you can't really wait too long on the Oyster card for the visitors, then when you get into Gatwick or you get into Heathrow, you can take one of the railways in. So I know for us, when we got to Gatwick, we took Southern Railway and we paid our ticket on that. And then when we got to the station, we just came in and bought our Oyster card. So you basically go over to the reader and then you load it up. It's a £5 deposit. So if you don't use up all the money on your Oyster card and you still have some left, you can get your £5 deposit back plus whatever may be left by the time you're done with your trip there. Another perk that I feel is good with the Oyster card is capping and being able to top off. So when you go, you top off your card when you go into the stations and you get a new card. Basically, you put like 15 pounds or 50 pounds or 75 pounds. It really depends on the amount of journeys that you're going to be taking. I would also say too, during the mornings, like 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. when people are rushing to get to work and kids are getting to school, the fares are going to be a bit higher because it is going to be a higher traffic time, more congestion, so you will be paying a little bit more when it comes to the fares. So I would suggest, if you're going to see attractions, going around 10, 11, or probably noon, just so that you can get a cheaper fare and get around. One place that I would say you should go to would be definitely visiting Buckingham's Palace. That was really nice. Me and my best friend, we went the second time and we took the tubes around to kind of see the different areas of London. The tubes are hot. They were really hot, but I don't think all of them are super hot. But the tube is a great way to just kind of zip around the city when you need to get somewhere. When we got closer to the city center in London, we did do the double-decker, and that was such a good experience. Like, being able to just kind of sightsee and take in the scenery, just take your time with it, and being able to take in all of London. I really liked that with the double-decker. And then we did take the overground, and the overground railway is basically a train that you take above ground, and we took that to see Windsor's Castle. Whew, Windsor's Castle was beautiful. I mean, like you would see in documentaries from like the BBC or anywhere else. It is very much royalty, very glamorous, huge. It's just something that I feel like you would never see really anywhere else. It's just breathtaking. So I would definitely say look into this. Capping off, I know after you spend a certain amount, I think it's maybe like 10 pounds or something more like that, then you do cap off. And so after you pay the 10 pounds, I think, for the day from so many journeys that you're going to be taking, then you don't have to pay any more for any future journeys that you have during the day. So maybe you took like 6 journeys or 6 trips throughout the day and it costs 10 pounds. If you take a 7th journey and you're heading back to your hotel or your Airbnb, then you don't have to pay for that journey because you've already capped off. So those are just a few of the features. I know they have so many more things. You can have kids go to London and travel for free if they're under 5, and they do a bunch of things for people who are here for school and apprenticeship. And if you're in a certain age range, like in your teens, they have so many different cards. If you're elderly, like 60 plus and up. So I would say definitely get into this one. It's going to be a huge help. You don't have to buy the single tickets. All you have to do is just use your Oyster card to get around London and see all the great sights it has to offer. So let's jump into it and see what's going on with Rome, Italy, and look into their Metro bus cards. Okay, so this is the Metro bus ticket that you're going to use if you're visiting Rome or if you're visiting Roma. And basically, when you come, you're going to be seeing a lot. So you will definitely need a bus ticket because the lanes in Rome are like 4 or 5 lanes long, and the roundabouts are just huge, especially when you're getting closer to the Colosseum. There are just so many attractions to see. So I got this when I was at Roma Termini, which is basically the train station over in Rome that connects to taking you to Milano, or if you're going to Florence, things like that. So this ticket was €1.50, and I think I went to like several gelato shops. I went to one of the malls over in Rome. So it's a really big help to use these cards to get around because you can use this transportation anywhere. So here on the back, it's just going to show you that when you get onto the bus, you just slide it in here at the bottom, and then it's going to stamp your ticket on the back. And then you can use these to basically get around to other places. And if you need to, you can also stop at other shops to buy more of these bus tickets. But like I said, if you're getting around on bus in Rome, you'll definitely need one of these. They will come in handy, so always keep a few around when you're traveling. All right, so let's jump in and see how Paris's travel card is. I have a lot to cover on that, so let's see what's it all about. Alrighty, so last up we have the Navigo, and this is used in France. And as you can see, I have my picture on the back. You have the reader too on the back. It's like a little chip. And when you go to Charles de Gaulle, that's the airport there, you go down to the first floor and they have a photo booth that you will use because the picture has to be a certain size. So you take that picture, you go to the booth inside, they will cut it for you, and then they'll like put this little thin film over it to basically seal it up. And I feel like this is worth it if you're going to be traveling to Paris for a week or longer, or if you're going to be there for several months, because the weekly pass, it costs €23 and you can travel to all the zones in Paris. Same thing with the monthly pass, you pay €76 and you're able to travel to all the zones. When I say zones, Paris is very big, so when you're traveling north, south, east, or west, you are going to be traveling into different parts of Paris. So you do need to get a card for that because each zone is going to be different pricing. I know for Disneyland Paris, that was like way west, and so we had to travel a little bit further out. And that was like, I think zone 3 or 4, but it was further out from the city center. I would say if you're going to be staying in Paris shorter than a week, then you should get what they call a carnet. You can get a pack of 10 and it's €15. I know they're going to be phasing that out, or they should be phasing it out sometime in 2021. So I guess we'll see what they're going to replace that with. But if you're not going to be traveling super heavily in Paris, then I would say use the paper tickets to get around. That'll be a good way to also save you some money. One of the other perks that I would say about this is that when you travel, you are saving money since each zone is going to have its own pricing. And it's almost like having the pricing bundled in into that one price. And then you can just travel wherever you want to go. This right here is also a great investment because this lasts for 10 years. So you buy it once. You also pay a €5 non-refundable fee, and you get this once. And after you get it, you can just continue to travel back and back to Paris and use it, because a lot of locals too use Navigo to commute to work and school and things like that. But I would say this is definitely a great investment. You can keep it, and it's something that will last a long time because you don't have to continuously pay basically the different pricing for the paper tickets. You already have this and you just load it up and you're ready to go. When you do travel in Paris, make sure that you are tapping in and out when you go through the different stations, such as Gare du Nord and other major stations that you'll see throughout the city center. So make sure you're doing that. It'll also show how much is left on your Navigo when you tap in and out. So, and also it's a great way to be able to keep up with your remaining balance or seeing if you need to top it off. Another thing I will say too is that this, when you are using a weekly pass, it starts on Monday and goes to Sunday. So if you're going to be traveling Friday to Saturday or Friday to Sunday, then you probably shouldn't get this because you're going to be missing out on several other days of the week. And so it probably won't even allow you to get it then. You will have to just wait till Monday to be able to purchase it. But it probably wouldn't make sense as the paper tickets would be a lot cheaper since you're only going to be staying probably for the weekend or 2 or 3 days. But these are just some of my thoughts on the transportation cards that you can get. They're super, super helpful. They're great on cutting down on costs and helping you to see more and be able to get a little bit more. But if this was valuable to you, please hit that like button and you can catch me in another video. I will be doing more topics on travel. Put some comments below letting me know what more you would like to see on travel, and I'll be sure to post those. So as I say, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.